So, what is your approach to water chemistry, especially with your kind of background?
I have an environmental lab at my disposal where I work at. We are a state certified laboratory there on
Hmm.
site. So I'm pretty familiar with the chemistry and biology and all the things that go in with that. The water quality is actually pretty important to me. Uh, I use the knowledge that I had from my experience at work I guess it'd be beneficial, but it's more I didn't have to learn how to use any of the equipment. I already knew that coming in because of what I do for a living.
Hmm.
So it was more having to learn the way that the chemicals, not really chemicals, but the salts and the
Just hmm.
and the other things were utilized. Some things I try to use like spring waters and things of that natures, but if there's something that I'm doing that's special, I will typically start from an RO into something. I found that if you're using the brewing water, I guess that's the name of the program that a lot of people like to use.
That's one of them. I think so. Yeah, sounds right.
They've got it's a Vienna, uh, like a
The water profile.
yeah, it's for a Vienna malt.
Okay.
It's like a um, what do they call it? Extract type. So that water profile seems to work best for me.
Okay.
Um, but that my meads don't taste like most, I don't think. So maybe that's your preference.
It could be. Yeah, it's true. I didn't think about that.
I typically make a lot of session meads
Hmm.
instead of full strength, but I have noticed that if I'm making, a 12 to 14%, larger mead, it, I'm better off to do spring water because it's harder to get that mix right. So if you already got a little harder water, and then I can do like additions I'm a Fermaid O guy when
Hmm.
it comes to meads. I don't use Fermaid K in mead. I can taste it. It's
Hmm.
kind of like some of the yeast that we use, like D47, has a bitterness, and I don't, it really doesn't matter where it's used at. I can taste D47 in a mix. If somebody's used it, it's not a fault or a bad thing. It's just I can tell that it's been used because I'm familiar with the yeast. I guess is more of anything.
I think that's what I used in my meat. I think we talked about this a couple months ago, maybe. I feel like that's the one I used. I'm not
Yeah.
100. I don't really recall because I made it over a year ago now, so it's still just kind of just chilling uh, behind me. But I keep my beer. I have a beer fridge back there, and I have a little
Oh,
shelf with a bunch
cool.
of different beer equipment over on that side of my basement. So I'm in my office area. That's where I work and I record. So it's a fun thing here for sure. So that's a good point. So, if somebody were new to water chemistry and is listening to this podcast, what is the one thing that you would tell them to focus on first? Kind of curious what your answer
Um,
would be on this one.
as far as water chemistry,
Yeah.
I would start out as simple as possible. And the easiest way to do that is spring water. That way you've got a known water profile. If it tastes good to you, it's probably going to make a tasty product. Don't use anything that's chlorinated. If you like your tap water, honestly, if you can run it through a carbon filter in your refrigerator and get it into a jug, it's probably fine to use. It's going to taste okay, but you're going to end up with some off flavors, but they won't be as notable as you would get, from something that you've added salts and things like that to.
So I guess you still would have to use a Campden tablet if you use tap water, correct, to get the
Um,
chlorine.
the carbon filter, like from your fridge, will take care
Yeah.
of that for
Okay.
the most part. I've never really had an issue with that from at least our water source here, and we're on a different one than the Tri Cities. We're down in Greene County.
Yeah, I'm in
Um,
I have Johnson City water, but I'm on the edge of the water, so who knows what the quality is. I use distilled water. I've always have. That's been my go-to. I like the Blake Slate. I like tweaking my salts just to kind of get different kind of profiles. Um, my go-to profile, which I think I've talked about, I'm pretty sure I've talked to you before about it, but it's like 3 grams of gypsum, 3 grams of Epsom salt, and 3 grams of calcium chloride. I kind of like that blend. I think it works best for a lot of my beer styles. Now I have switched it. I've gone like 242, 151, or whatever. Like, but it's always those three salts. Have used lactic acid a couple times because I've noticed certain grain bills will make it, I guess, more neutral. So maybe like almost like 6 percent. It's not percent. What is it for acid? Anyways, it's like 6 on the acidic level, where beer wants to be around like 5.3 to 5.5, somewhere around there, right? For most beer
Yeah,
styles.
for